This video is sponsored by RICHEST Studios. In the world of Rogue Company, there are just two things I really care about: big explosions and an even bigger payout. Don't get me wrong, trying to play the hero is cool and all, but what good is a valiant effort when you don't live to get praised for it? Acts of heroism are only worth as much as the government's willing to pay for them. If you expect me to save the world, I gotta make sure that I look good doing it. So when my manager reached out to me asking if I want to make a whole lot of money by becoming a rogue, you can imagine what my answer was. Don't misunderstand me though, because this isn't just about selling my dignity, but actually becoming the richest rogue in Rogue Company. Before we get into that, however, let's start at the beginning.
Alright, newbie, let's run through the basics.
My journey started where many of yours likely will as well, in the training range. To me, joining a prestigious organization such as that really was a no-brainer. I mean, I do have a bit of a weird thing going on when it comes to the terminology rogue. Whether we're talking classes in World of Warcraft, the stealth character in Overwatch, or heck, setting sails as a pirate on a Sea of Thieves, I seem to have some weird fixation on sneaking about and trying to make some cash. Either way, I was in the big leagues now, and to make sure I don't just fall over flat during my first mission, I had to get in shape. Thankfully, I had a very competent trainer by my side.
What was that?
I was just... revive me.
This is gonna be my whole day, isn't it? Okay, so the trainer was a bust, but that's fine. I didn't have much of a problem familiarizing myself with the basics of movement and melee combat, though I do have to question what constitutes as a throwing weapon under company guidelines.
Look at you! Now try juggling swords.
After a bit of aim training on the range, I felt sufficiently warmed up and ready to throw myself into the world ahead of me. The first mission I was assigned took place around an abandoned factory, where it was my job to defuse explosives. Or was it to plant explosives? Either way, things were about to blow up. Our squad rolled up in style and I was beginning to feel a little bit nervous. It was obvious that I was in the presence of some veteran rogues, meaning I'd have some catching up to do. With our basic equipment in hand, we made our way towards the bomb site and began feeling out the opposition. While everyone around me seemed to have a really good idea of where they wanted to go and what they wanted to do, I tried to stick close to them and make sure I didn't cause any more trouble than necessary. But when gunfire broke out and I saw bullet traces coming from the side, I decided to take matters into my own hands. This was my chance to draw first blood and really impress my teammates. All it takes are a few well-placed shots. Okay, not quite how I imagined my first 1v1 to go, but it's not like that's going to dictate the entire course of this match, is it?
Then wiped out. He crushed us.
To be entirely frank with you guys, I was not doing so hot. I came bruised and beaten out of that mission with defeat written all over my face, finally realizing that this was no ordinary job. For Christ's sake, I'm supposed to be an elite operative, so it's time to start acting like one. But maybe I needed a bit of assistance. Now here's the thing, becoming the richest rogue in the company is not gonna be an easy task at the best of times, so obviously we're not gonna get there on our first day. But that doesn't mean we can't aim high anyway. Ultimately, failing together is better than failing alone, so I organized myself some reinforcements. Now, Birdie and I go back quite a long way. If there was one person I trusted to take on this job with me, it would most assuredly be my most notorious partner in crime. While his voice comm system was sounding a bit weird, any communication beats no communication, and when both of our random squad mates found themselves eliminated immediately, the both of us knew that we could only rely on each other. Sit once.
What you guys have?
I got this. Oh, didn't expect that, did you?
All friendlies eliminated.
Aw, he meleeed me, dude. While a bit frustrated over my inability to clutch it around, I was already doing much better than during my first mission. As such, it was only a matter of time that Birdie and I warmed up to our environment and started wrecking house.
There you go.
Can I shoot through this? I cannot, right?
No.
This guy's one.
Deploying lethal.
I did not mean to do that. Checking your equipment ahead of time is usually a good idea.
Sure.
This one. Come on, dude. Oh, we got flanked. Hey, my Claymore was almost not entirely useless. Maybe I should try facing it the right direction next time. We started getting better at controlling space as our understanding of the environment began improving. I did feel a bit guilty for not being able to save Birdie in time, but there were more pressing concerns now. We're getting flanked now.
Yep.
I'm joking. I knew the Claymore would pay off eventually. A 3v1 with a bomb in our possession meant that, finally, we could secure our first win. We seemingly figured out the general playstyle of the enemy team, allowing us to use that momentum and ending up in a similar situation next round as well. Though I was fairly impressed with the massive IQ play that Birdie decided to flex with when it came to securing the objective. Cover. I just saw the play you're doing, dude. That's disgusting. Why is that allowed, bro? As much as I wish that we could smoothly sail towards a victory from there on out, the enemy team began tossing some curveballs at us. Behind you?
Yep.
She's like one, she's nice.
Bomb spotted.
Another one?
Behind?
Yeah, another one. Same slot.
Oh, shh. I thought he was coming around the corner still, sorry.
This is what I do. Help me out.
All targets eliminated. Great work.
Okay.
The legendary Rush B strat may not have worked the first time around, but adding a bit more aggression to that play allowed them to take another dubs off us.
I'm down.
Crushed us.
Oh my
Run it
god.
again.
How do we lose to such a like 3 IQ push? We were all tied up during halftime when our economy was reset, meaning that during this following round, an aggro playstyle wouldn't be quite as easy to pull off. As such, both teams decided to poke at each other with caution. He's hit.
Hold on.
He does, however, have a shield.
In an angle.
Go here.
He's
Another flank.
one.
Another one's flanking. Be careful.
Uh-huh. Careful. Bomb. Bomb.
I'm 1 HP, literal 1 HP. I couldn't commit to confirming that elimination. I had to resist the urge of trying to intercept a resurrection. But ultimately, that patience paid off.
T-minus 45.
One's 1 HP and back.
All targets eliminated.
Nice,
Great
Solas,
work.
dude. This was the point where we started getting really confident in our ability to be able to win this game, and thusly marking the beginning of our road to becoming the richest rogues in the company. We won every duel we took and even stormed at the defenders with reckless abandon. 2 more rounds were necessary to claim victory, but of course, the enemies weren't done with us yet.
There's one on your left.
Anvil down. I see the other guy.
Oh. Apparently that's a
This is
proximity
what I
grenade.
do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm being revived. Nice.
One guy still behind box.
Yep.
At
I
least
see
one, at least one.
him. Nice. You got him.
He down again?
I'm safe. The anvil right here. Oh, you got 2 of them.
Oh my god. Needless to say that without either me or Birdie being alive, our team would not be able to recover. That's not to disregard my teammates, rather than complaining about them making mistakes that I too have done on my first mission. I decided to just try harder to carry their weight as well.
I need a hand. Hang on. You okay? You okay?
All enemies have been eliminated.
Alright, just let me kill everybody. Don't worry about it. To close out the game, we decide to forsake bomb site A, which we have gotten very familiar with by now. But we believe that the element of surprise would ultimately be more powerful than familiarity. Step. It's down on me. I'll take the other side. Try not to take damage for a bit.
Planting.
I've got the objective. We've armed the bomb. Defend it.
The bomb was planted. Now all we had to do was protect it. You have your proximity thing on you? Oh, no, goodness.
Lethal out.
Pull back. Down.
What did you expect? All enemies have been
We
eliminated.
got it! Victory at last. $123,000. Let's go. I think that's the highest one I got yet. We would finally be able to claim victory and go home with a massive stack of cash. Now, of course, some of you probably already realized that towards the end of this match, the enemy team was one man down. But hey, I'm not being paid for fair play. I'm just here to get the job done. And if you want to join the ranks of Rogue Company as well, go ahead and check out the link in the description below. There are 3 tiers of Founders Packs for any of you that want to jump into the action early before the game is completed and goes free to play. Of course, using my tracking link also greatly helps out my channel, but either way, I hope you guys end up having as much fun with this game as I did. Big shout out and massive thanks to RICHEST for sponsoring this video once again, and yeah, until next time.